Welcome to A Quest for Metal and welcome to a video where I talk about albums that blew my mind, that blew my socks off. I got no socks because they were blown off by these fucking bands. So I want you guys to play along at home. As always, tell me bands that blew your mind the first time you heard them. So from the first note, what bands, what albums blew your mind? And where did you go, holy shit, what is this music? I love it. I want more. That's what this is about. And yeah, I guess let's get started so you know what I'm actually talking about. And let's get started with Watershed by Opeth. That's right, Watershed by Opeth blew my mind the first time I heard it. This was the first Opeth album I ever heard, and you know, they're my favourite band if you know this channel. Love them, adore all their works, but this is the first one I heard. And I'm glad I did, because it's not just all heavy all the way through, it's not just all prog rock all the way through. It's a beautiful mixture of both, and I've never heard anything like this before listening to this. This is one of my journeys into like prog music, and after the song Burden, I was like, this is so beautiful. I love this music. I wasn't into like super heavy music either when I was listening to this. Well, kind. I listened to Cradle of Filth, Cannibal Corpse, which is wild, I know, but we'll get into that. But yeah, when I first heard Watershed, I was like, this is beautiful. Burden's beautiful. Porcelain Heart's amazing. The melodies, the notes, how it weeps, how the guitar weeps. It's beautiful. And then it hits stuff with like Hessian Peel and the Lotus Eater with those growls that Mikkel does, which just terrify the shit out of you. And I was like, how the hell can music be this harsh and this beautiful at the same time? How the fuck can they do it? How the fuck can they do it? So I kept listening to Watershed, then I listened to Heritage because I think that came out at the same time, and I was a bit disappointed because I was like, this is a bit different to Watershed. But yeah, I listened to like Ghost Reveries and Blackwater Park, and it blew my socks off. Yeah, it blew my mind. Went back, blew my mind even more. But Watershed was the one that did it. It's the one that made me think music can be beautiful and heavy and bleak at the same time. And for that, I thank Watershed. And that is an album that blew my mind. Next up, let's talk about Philosophem. Let's talk about some Burzum. That's right, my first black metal album, if you don't count Cradle of Filth. My first proper black metal album, blew my mind. Blew my mind. The kind of raw, staticky approach to the music, kind of like it sounds like, you know, it was made in a basement, but it was hypnotizing. It was hypnotizing music, the melodies, repeating, just mesmerized me. It was a mesmerizing experience that I've never really replicated. It kind of put me in a trance, and I loved every second of it. The vocals so just raw and just gut-wrenching. The first half of the album just blew my bloody bollocks off. just a fucking gaping gap and a willy hanging over it. That's basically what it was. I loved it. Yeah, it's this hypnotizing, raw, static-y adventure with Varg, and I loved every fucking second of it. Even the 23-minute long song, Splaggerspack, or whatever the fuck it's called. Even I loved that. I'm so glad it opened the way for black metal, because it's my favourite genre. Listened to his Lycit Tars, or however you say it. The debut, fucking loved all of them. Then I got onto other black metal stuff from that. Similar kind of stuff, like Zastra, Leviathan. Then I got into, like, you know, like Immortal, Dark Throne, things of that nature. So, you know, for Burzum, I adored it. Philosophem, it blew my mind. Next up is The Giant by Ahab. The first Ahab album I picked up only because the album cover looked pretty cool. I was like, what's this tall looking guy? It's all white with squids and stuff. This is gonna be cool, right? This is gonna be cool. Fucking yes, it was. Never heard Funeral Doom in my life. Listened to this, and it was like I was in the ocean hunting Moby Dick with the band. The waves crashing on the boat in one of the songs, I forgot the name of it. I think The Oath or the Sermon, one of them. When he screams "Whale ahead," just the thunderous riffs, the lowest growls you'll ever hear in your entire life. A whole new world just opened for me. Funeral Doom world, and I adore it. Which is why it's one of my favourite genres now. But Ahab, the Giant, carved the way, and Antarctica the Polymorph is one of my favourite songs of all time. The mixture of the singing and beautiful with the thunderous vocals. I was just talking about Cold Wretched Sea, wasn't I? I mentioned the Giant, and I just started talking about Call of the Wretched City. But yeah, further down, further south, that fucking that deep riff and the deep music within. Loved it. The Giant as well. The song. I adore this album, and I adore Call of Wretched City as well because I listened to that straight after, so I could put them both here. But the Giant is the one I heard first. And it just feels like you're on a voyage with them on each of their albums. So yeah, Ahab, the Giant, blew my mind. I adored it. Cannibal Corpse time. First death metal I ever heard, Kill, by Cannibal Corpse, the very first death metal. I heard this before I heard literally anything else. I heard Metallica, Iron Maiden, then it was Cradle of Filth, then it was like Cannibal Corpse. It's such a weird fucking entry level to metal, and the album was Kill, the most heaviest fucking shit I've ever heard. It just blew my fucking mind. It was just furious, unrelenting, beaten to a pulp. I was like, how can music be this heavy? How can it be this gory, this brutal? I don't know, but I want more. It's like, crack, give it to me. Yeah, I loved it, and it always blew the top of my kneecaps off, and I want it to do that every day. Next up, the Jester Race by In Flames. Melodies up the ass. This is when I started listening to Melodeath, and this is the album that just blew my mind. I started using the Jester Race as like my gamer tag and shit like that on Xbox. It was pretty cringy now thinking about it, but who cares? It was cool. Little teenage Questy didn't think so, and adult Questy doesn't either. Yeah, Jester Race, the Moon Shield, just a fucking acoustic part. Yeah. December Flower, the beautiful solo on that. Didn't think melodies could be this goddamn good, but In Flames showed me. It showed me the way, and I've been on that way ever since. So, yeah, that's another one. And finally, the main album I credit with blowing my mind is And Justice for All by Metallica, my first metal album. So before this I was listening to rap, I was listening to some rock, Guns N' Roses, stuff like that. Nothing heavy. Then I heard And Justice for All on a plane ride. I've probably said this journey loads, coming back from Australia. The song And Justice for All, and I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? It's like 10 minutes of solos and cool singing and aggressiveness I've never heard before. And I got the album One. Oh my god. So good. So good. Blackened. Dyer's Eve, the drumming. Harvester of Sorrow. And Justice for All blew my little Questy mind. And it's been blown ever since. Blow the doors open to all metal. And for that, I appreciate it. So And Justice for All is the main one that blew my fucking mind, mate. So, this is a fun little video telling you all the main albums that made me go, holy shit, what is this? And I want your guys' opinions down below. What albums made you stop and go, shit, I need more of this. I need more of this crack right now in my fucking veins. What albums made you do that? Let me know down below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.